I grew a new YouTube channel from complete 0 to 10,000 subscribers in 45 days, using a specific 10-step process that literally anyone can copy for any type of channel, including one step that unlocked the secrets of YouTube over the competition and was the key to this success. But before I can tell you that secret, we have to start at the beginning. We blew up on pretty much the third video, really even the second video you could say. So the speed at which we got results on this channel I think was really quite strong. You could see we posted our first video January 26th, and I think right about here is when you could say the blow up really happened, March 13th. It's a little bit over, just about 45 days, like not even 2 months, to take this channel from nothing, from complete zero, no videos posted at all, to completely popping off. And we're not even like posting that much anymore. Like we posted 4 videos in the last month and made $4,000. So we're making like $1,000 a video right now almost. It's almost kind of ridiculous. And that's after like 2 months. How was I able to do this? Then how can you find a channel and get this kind of result for yourself? So take you through my process. I've organized it into 10 steps. The first and really most important step for us is finding the niche. This is really so important, and it's something that a lot of people really don't talk about, because at the end of the day, like if you're making videos for a bad niche, it's just not going to have an audience. Like if I'm going to go on YouTube and make videos about Pony Adventure Quest, like there's just no audience for that game, right? And you could make literally the greatest Pony Adventure Quest videos of all time, but it doesn't matter because there's no viewers. So the niche is really like what's going to set you up for success. And it's especially important for beginners as well, because if you're trying to compete with like Mr. Beast and doing all these crazy stunts and these things, competing with these like $1 million videos, you're not really going to be successful either. So there's a certain balance of like, you need something that has viewers while finding something that is also like undersaturated enough. And so the way I like to do that is we start by the overall market. And so for this channel, our overall market was that I decided I wanted to do was Roblox. How did I find this niche? Well, obviously I've done a lot of gaming channels before, so gaming is a niche that I'm a really big expert on. We had blown up our Minecraft channel and had a lot of success with that. Minecraft was the biggest game on YouTube, so I started looking at what were some of the other biggest games on YouTube. And then from looking at the biggest thing, we said, okay, Minecraft, we already have some success in it. It's a little bit too saturated for us to do more. So what is the next levels? Like what are the games below Minecraft? There was like Grand Theft Auto, Fortnite was a big one, Valorant, which we had success in already too, and then of course Roblox. Once you find the overall market, then you want to find essentially a subgenre. So we went from gaming, now we're down to Roblox, right? So this is the Roblox level, and our subgenre here is pretty solid. Like Roblox is pretty competitive. Now we want to actually like learn the niche, right? Like what would it mean to make videos about Roblox? Well, Roblox isn't really a game in itself, but it's like you have literally these like thousands of games that you could play. So it's more of like a gaming marketplace. If you could imagine this is kind of like the entire iOS app store, like that's what Roblox is. Our subgenre here is a little bit too broad to make videos for. So now we're going to dive into a sub niche. So we're going to look at, okay, what are the most popular games? We have this one here right now. Blox Fruits is really popular. This Pet Simulator X is really popular as well. So we start researching these niches. Like I looked a lot into Brookhaven. I decided Brookhaven was a little bit too old. So the content market for Brookhaven videos was a little bit too established already. Pet Simulator was a really good option, but we found the game just didn't really have enough content for us. Doors was also a really good option that we considered, but Doors we found was a little bit too up and down depending on updates. And then a lot of these other games just didn't really have a YouTube viewership. So we found this game Blox Fruits, and Blox Fruits is like an RPG game where you're kind of like killing stuff, leveling up. It's kind of inspired by like One Piece. You essentially go around, you collect like fruits and items and level up your character and kind of gain some power. So we thought, okay, there's some good potential here. We research into the YouTube market for what other creators are doing, and we say, okay, it's not really that good. Like the content other people are making isn't really that good. So now we've settled on our sub niche. Like we know the sub niche is good because there is an audience. This game has like 450,000 active players, has a total of like almost 16 billion plays in total, and there's good viewership on YouTube, and we see that we're confident that we can do it better. And then once you find your sub niche, now we have to consider our content genre. What kind of content are we going to make specifically for the sub niche? And I decided on doing info videos. But when we first built the channel, there was around 3 to 4 content genres. We had our info videos, we had this sort of like experiments, kind of testing out TikToks, and then we had our revenge content, which was this guy stole something from me, so so then I like got revenge on him. And this, I think, is really what you want to be working in. Like, this is what your niche needs to look like for a successful YouTube channel. Like, it's something that is kind of 3 layers deep, and then you're doing something specific for that audience. And the reason why we want to do this at this level is because once you get something that's this specific, you can be the only person on YouTube that's making those videos, or at the very least, you can easily be the best person on YouTube making those videos. Like, okay, of our 3 to 4 content genres, there were some people that were doing stuff that's kind of similar, but it was just like so bad. Like, the videos were being made by like 12-year-olds. They were just messy and poorly edited and just not entertaining. And then some of our content, like, there was just nobody doing it at all. Like our info style content, which is what we eventually settled upon, there was no one else doing. So from these 3 to 4 content genres, you want to pick one genre after trying 3 to 4. So essentially you try out 3 to 4 content genres in your sub niche and then pick the best one. And that is how we settled upon our niche. So from this process, our niche eventually became doing these tips and tricks videos about Blox Fruits, which is a game in Roblox. And Roblox is a game that kids play within the gaming genre. You want to just start with a really broad market genre, like something really broad for this market, which is gaming, and then narrow that down to something that's like still really big, but specific. So Roblox, and then the sub niche of Blox Fruits in Roblox, and then 3 to 4 content genres, and then picking the best one. So the second step was content ideas. How do you come up with these 3 to 4 content genres, right? So what you want to do is you essentially go a couple layers up. So we go back to our original sub genres of Roblox, and you look in areas that are different to the sub niche that you picked, and find out what are people doing in those areas that are successful that nobody has done for your specific sub niche yet. A lot of what we did was we would look at other Roblox games and see things other people were doing. Like, we looked a lot at Brookhaven videos, and people in Brookhaven were doing these like scripted stories. And so it's like, okay, nobody's doing this sort of role play story content for Blox Fruits, so why don't we try that? And that's one of our ideas right there. Info content was something that I actually got from a Minecraft channel. This is a super popular Minecraft channel, like just absolutely crushing it. Just absolutely insane views, like 2 to 3 million views a video, 9 million views on this one, just absolutely incredible. And I wanted to do this content style, but I couldn't do it in Minecraft, right? Because this guy's just dominating the scene. There's like 20 other people that are copying this guy. So I want to take this idea and do it for something that it hasn't been done before. So I started with this channel idea, and I decided, okay, we're going to do this in Roblox. And that was essentially how I came up with the info content idea that we ended up doing. And then the experiments idea I got from this channel, just actually testing like myths and stuff. So he was doing Roblox for Bed Wars at the time when I saw his channel. And that's how I got the idea for this kind of like experimental content that we only ever actually did one video for. You know, you want to have a few different genres of content that you can try when you start out. And that's the power of doing this like sub-genre, sub-niche, specific content genre thing. So we were really the first one to do this style of like tricks video for Blox Fruits. People have done like guides and like help videos and beginner stuff, but nobody ever really did it in this kind of like tricks format. And so that we were able to be really successful with that. As a part of our content idea for step 3, we got to do market research. Basically what this means is you just want to be able to look at all of the YouTubers in your sub niche and then essentially just compile a list of like everybody that's successful in your niche, because you really have to understand your audience. And that's really where this part comes in. So we looked at every single Blox Fruits channel that we could find, which was about like 20 or 30 of them. And then we say like, okay, what are some things that they're doing? Okay, well, most of these guys are doing videos for kids. Like, it's very high energy, fast pacing, engaging editing style. And so the audience for this content is definitely going to be younger kids. And we want to do this like highly engaging, fast paced style. And then the next step that we get into planning the growth strategies. What is our growth strategy? So I have a video specifically about covering growth strategies where I'm going to give you about 20 growth strategies that you can use on your channels. But you do want to have at least like 2 to 3, I would say, is important. Our growth strategies involved a couple things on this channel. So the first one was search results, I believe. So we had a pretty good initial push from search results. So we had search results. Since we were doing info content, it's okay to use search results. I would say you only want to be using search results as a growth strategy if you're doing info content. And then our second growth strategy was simply just being better, because we had done our market research and analysis. So we had seen all the other channels and we knew we could make the content better and in a more unique way. When I say being better, what I mean by that is essentially just we knew that we could have good average view duration and good CTR. We've had good clickbaits, good titles. Being better doesn't necessarily even mean just being better content-wise. It can even just mean being better better marketing wise than other channels. And we knew that we could do that for sure because a lot of the other channels were not doing good thumbnails. Their titles were very basic and simple. And then we had this like new channel boost strategy that we used. It's just a really good strategy of just like starting a new channel fresh from scratch, and it gets a little bit of a boost in the algorithm. That combined with like kind of just making unique content and having a really good niche was really just our overall growth strategy. I knew the niche was so good that we didn't have to have as specific of a growth strategy. I would say the more competitive your niche is, the stronger your growth strategies need to be. But the less competitive the niche is, then the less competitive your growth strategies need to be. So the fifth and final thing we did before like actually making videos was learning the niche. And this was pretty straightforward. Like, we're making videos about a game, we should probably play it, right? So we downloaded the game, play the game for maybe like 5-10 hours. Didn't really have to be a lot. We just watch a bunch of guides on it, watch like some beginner's guides, and just learn the game. And we read the Wikipedia on it, get some information, read a lot of the other guides that people made, just to overall get a general understanding of the niche here. Keep in mind that going into this, right, we literally had no idea what this game was or anything about it. Like, I didn't even know that Blox Fruits was a game that existed until I kind of looked through this process. Then we finally actually get into the part of like making videos, which is building the content. For me on this channel, I think I talked about before, this was an automated channel where I had a producer that made the videos for me. So for me, this stage involved a lot of hiring and directing and producing. But I think for most people, this stage, really all this means is just make videos, right? Like, make your first video, see how it turns out, and go from there. That's really what we did. You know, we just make 3 to 4 videos, I think. Try each of your content genres here. You could see like in our first 4 videos, we already tried like most of our genres, right? We tried our story video, we tried our info tricks video, and we tried our experiments video. And when we're trying these content genres, we're not so much looking at results first, right? Because if we take a look deep into this video, it didn't blow up right away. We posted it, you know, February 4th, and it didn't actually blow up until about like February 14th-ish, right? Like 10 days later. Same with these other videos too that originally performed pretty well, right? So this one, it's like, okay, we posted it January 30th, and then it took about a week, and then it blew up, right? So this is the video that first blew up on our channel. So the lesson here is that you don't want to necessarily be judging your content right away at the start by performance. You have to kind of judge it from a content creator lens of like, how good is this content? How well does this fit in this niche? And what we found was that this story content doesn't really fit the niche very well because the limitations of the game made it a little bit too difficult to make a believable story. So it was a little bit too fake, and the stories weren't really that interesting because there isn't a way in the game for someone to like steal something from other players very well. So we kind of had to like basically pretend that this stuff got stolen, and it was very weird. And this experiment style as well was just like, it was kind of okay, but it just didn't come out to be entertaining. It wasn't like informative. It wasn't really interesting. It was too fast, simple. And we found this tricks video was really good. Like, this was a really good format. We had a really good marketing for it too. So after these first 4 videos, that's when we get into our next step, which is really just improving the content. You have to review things that happened from your first few videos and your content genres. We're starting to get into the phase where we're like slowly trending towards picking one genre. We haven't fully picked a genre yet, but it's like, okay, we like this content a little bit more than this other one, but let's try this one with a little bit of a different spin on it, like just a little bit different, so maybe that'll be better. And then this one, we could do more of it since we liked it. And this one, we didn't really like that much, so we're probably not going to do that much more of it. So we're narrowing our ideas down from 3 to 4 concepts down to like 1 to 2, improving the content further. A lot of this comes down to just practice, improvement, feedback. I would show the videos to a couple friends, get some feedback on them, show them to some YouTubers, just get some really good feedback. And then of course I would always give feedback in return to my friends too on their videos. And then like just kind of discuss with like our editors, our teammates, just like, what are we doing here? What is good about this? Like, why is this good? How can we do more of it? What do we need to do next? Once we've got the content to a good spot, we work on improving the marketing. And real quick, if you guys are enjoying this video, this week I'm hosting a completely free bootcamp to help grow your channel even further, where we'll go much more in depth on the aspects of info content, which is the exact type of videos that I use on this channel, and how you can make those types of videos for yourself for any niche and blow up in the next 45 days. And again, it's literally completely free. You can join at the link in the description or scan the QR code on screen. And back to the video. Marketing, meaning just kind of your titles and thumbnails specifically. We had a few thumbnail concepts that we were trying. A lot of these were actually not that good, but then we had this 2-panel style that we really liked, and then this like infinite something, infinite money. So we had these 2 concepts, and we're just kind of refining these things, working on them more. Like, each thumbnail you make is just practice. So a lot of this, by the way, towards the second half comes down to just practice, right? Like, we're practicing the content, show it to other people, get some feedback, review it with your friends maybe, or just people that you know are in the genre. Like we would go and join like the Roblox Blocks Fruits Discord, and then in that Discord we would show our videos to players and say like, hey, what do you think about this video? Can we give some feedback? Or honestly, you could even just like pay people for feedback. We would like find some people, say like, hey, we'll give you $10 or we'll give you some Robux, which is the Roblox currency. Just find some way, any way to get some good feedback so that you can improve and make adjustments. Watch your own videos and look at it through a critical lens and find a lot of things to improve on your own too pretty easily. Same with the marketing style, we're just working on our thumbnails, working on our titles, judging the CTR, especially looking at the analytics of the CTR. This video wasn't super great, but like why was it? Overall, the video idea wasn't super good. The thumbnail here was a little bit tricky because it's a little bit too hard to understand. So this part on the left is supposed to be a bunch of like sea beasts, and then there's like this fruit that gives you extra arms. The sea beasts here, it's so hard to even see. Like you can't even really tell what that is. Like I didn't even realize what that was until I read the text. And then this arms fruit, in my opinion, is just not really that interesting. But we still got like this kind of good concept that we're nailing down. Like we had this thumbnail was really, really good. This like kind of god chest idea was a little bit inspired by like this infinite style. A lot of improving marketing just comes down to experimenting. Like you got to just try new thumbnail styles, try new concepts, work on your thumbnail skill, do some research, look at what other people are doing in the niche. A lot of these ideas, right? Like this thumbnail style is pretty obviously based on this channel, right? From QBank. We got this thumbnail style from him and kind of just improved on it a little bit better, like made the text a little bit bolder, a little bit brighter and bigger. Obviously the tricks that you show in the thumbnail is really important too. So just improving those. So from there, it's like refine the video ideas. This is the point where you kind of need to be getting some results to get to this stage. So if you're not getting any results, well, you probably need to be doing other video ideas actually. Once you've gotten the content to a good spot, you've got the marketing to a good spot, things are built, you understand the niche, you should be able to know what's a good video idea or not. And then at this point, you want to essentially just very aggressively remove all video ideas from your production that are not good, right? So we had these 3 to 4 content genres. So this is the stage where you just pick one genre. Tricks videos for Blocks Fruits, and then we just fully focus on that completely, and then we just get super good at it. And we're still working on improving the content, improving the marketing, improving our understanding of the niche and the growth strategies and executing on everything. Just comes down to like optimizing all those aspects and refining those elements. Once you fully refine the video ideas, the final and really the last step is just double down on everything that works. Just completely forget everything that's not working, only do the stuff that's working, and just keep doing that for as long as you can until it's not working anymore, and then you can try to pivot to something else. But this content style, like you could probably take a look at our channel here. Whatever time you're watching this video at, just look up this channel, see how it's doing. You could see how far we came probably. And this content style, I think we're going to be able to do for a really long time. Obviously, not every content style is going to last forever. So we're just going to continue doing what's working for as long as we can. And that's really like how I do my channels. That's kind of like our overall thought process behind doing a channel, like how we decide what we want to do, why. I like to say that really my entire workload comes down to just hiring people, training the people that I hire, and then finding new channels to do. Like that is pretty much 100% of my day-to-day workload with my overall production setup now, since I'm only really doing automated channels. That is the overall case study for this channel. That's how we went from literal zero, complete scratch, absolutely nothing, to making $4,000 a month in about a month and a half.